Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dungeons and D-Nuts. The channel where we have high levels of entertainment with low levels of intelligence. You got it right. Woo! Alright, so first, before we get into I can't. It's an off session for us. Before we get into today's episode, first I want to say thank you. We looked at our similar numbers recently. I want to say thank you to those that are listening, because you are some awesome devoted fans. So we just want to give you guys a nice little thank you. So
Thank you.
Thank you from the deepest of our hearts.
Thank you very much. Get some help.
Oh, thank you. Wrong me. Wrong me.
Stop.
There you go.
No, don't stop it. Please. Don't stop it. Don't get help. Exactly.
Additionally,
Your medication.
hopefully at the release, this should be our Christmas episode. So this will be releasing around Christmas time. So happy Christmas to everybody.
Merry
This is Happy
Christmas.
Christmas.
Well, you should have told me about that. I could have put in like Faye St. Nicholas.
I said it in the group chat.
I don't pay attention.
Put it in the
Thanks,
group
people.
chat.
So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays at the time of watching this. The other thing is, if you do want to watch this, we have it on YouTube as well. So if you're listening on Spotify, you can find us on YouTube to watch the actual video of this. And our other social medias on Facebook, Instagram, X or Twitter, and TikTok. So we have a lot of social media where you can see a lot of our content and clips. So you can find that at Kings of Media 2 on most platforms. So that's where you can find us. But I think that's all of the little housekeeping things you have to do. Oh, last thing, we have a new setup, as you can tell, with, again, our place, as well with our overlay, where we have our names.
Can they
a
tell?
little different.
It was like just the same background.
No.
We have different angles of camera.
different
They're more.
angles.
They're not
yeah,
like.
that's right.
They're not looking at our side anymore. Like
It's straight on. You can see our
it's
faces now.
three-dimensional.
So we have new camera angles, we have different backdrops for the players.
Yes.
Also a new overlay for those of you that are watching on YouTube. You can see our names, our characters' names, and their levels. So we have a lot of new stuff in today's episode. But enough of the boring stuff. We'll get into the fun stuff. So, turn over to our DM, David.
Alrighty. Well, welcome back, everyone. So, quick recap of what happened last time. Our players found themselves in the city of Treud, right on the outskirts of the Northern Isles. They had several interesting encounters with the locals, including a town gossip, some members of the actual clans, and learned some interesting information about the ancient way of the Northern Isles, potential relation to the ancient dwarves, potential relation to Flynn's backstory, and we find ourselves starting off with Flynn and Burningwhisper going and getting supplies, and Dugert and Kiwaskivi climbing the mountain to go and talk with Frandoragon's captain about the odd dragonel that landed on your ship and caused Flynn's broken dagger to react strangely.
Do I have the broken dagger?
No.
I'll give it to you.
You wouldn't.
Not a chance that he's giving it to you.
Absolutely not.
I can just pull out a chunk of, moon steel or, right?
Lunar steel.
Lunar steel, and just say, hey, it was made from this.
But yeah, so the warrior so you guys just barely finished having a conversation with a Frandoragon dragon rider who gave you permission to enter their outpost to climb to the top and speak with their captain. He flies off, and you guys climb the rest of the way, and as you arrive at the top, you see two people there. One of them is it looks like a normal person. They're going around, it looks like they're just cleaning up camp, like cleaning up after a meal or something like that. He is being followed by a smaller dragonel than you've seen most of them. It's barely a large creature.
Oh, that's so cute.
It is extremely cute, actually. It's very furry. And it's probably the most earnest and enthusiastic looking dragon creature you've ever seen. Like, if you put a golden retriever into a dragon's body, that's what this dragonel looks like.
You'll be
It's like
retrieving that gold.
You get the happy joy of being alive and being around people vibes just by seeing it. The other person here looks a lot more serious. He is wearing, basically, imagine Stoic the Vast.
Ah, yes.
Stoic.
Stoic.
Without the horned helmet, and with a big Viking, like Celtic, not-looking dragon, the same one that you've seen in various places associated with Thran Doragon, emblazoned on his upper, like right over where his heart would be, on his armor. And he appears to be looking down at a table with some documents on it, and has a very large Dragonel next to him, who looks at you and looks over and like growls in a threatening way.
Very nice. First off, I would like to say that Galti is currently the size of a dog.
Okay.
Smart.
Trying to be not intimidating when there are Dragonel around. That is very important.
I think that is a wise decision.
I think Duger is just going to kind of just walk into camp with all the confidence in the world of someone who is extremely ignorant.
You know what?
You know what they say.
And he's literally just going to walk up to the guy at the table. That's what he's going to do. Just no tact, no nothing. Just walking up to him.
All right.
Q will watch him for a few seconds and then kind of like follow. Like, alright, someone's following.
Clomp along. Clomp, clomp, clomp.
Alrighty. So you clomp your way up into this camp, and what would you like to do?
I'm walking up to the captain. I'm just gonna say, "Well, are you the captain here? You look pretty important."
He's going to, as you approach, like he's going to stand up to his full height. This man is actually like an inch taller than Q.
Holy.
Large man.
He's pretty big.
Wow.
He really is Stoic the Vast, except Stoic the Tall.
He's vast as well. Like,
Stoic the Vast and Tall.
like as you look at this
He's
one
just
guy,
as unproportional as Stoic.
if you look at this guy and just like if he weighed anything less than 350 pounds, you'd be very surprised.
Oh wow.
And like there are muscles rippling underneath those fur coats. Like this man looks like he could bench his own Dragonel. Like this guy is
Nice.
ripped. He's going to turn around. I was told that you would be coming to speak to me. What are your names?
I am Duger at Garvey.
I am Q with Skeevy.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
I'm Jarl Erikin.
Nice. Well, it is a pleasure, Jarl. I just had a couple questions about the Dragonel and possibly one in particular.
Of course. Any Outlanders that wish to learn? Well, it is a pleasure to be able to serve at such a noble purpose as to educate you.
Okay, wonderful. So on our ship this morning, we had a bit of a run-in with the Dragonel. It seemed decently friendly from what we were told, which is, always nice to have friendly Dragonel around.
It was rude.
It's very friendly.
Dragonel they don't tend to be hostile. In general, they are friendly or at the very least try to avoid humans. If one was on your ship, in the future you do not need to worry. Most Dragonel that will approach your ship without immediately attempting to set it on fire will not change their minds.
It makes
Captain was
sense.
quite rude.
Most Outlander captains are foolishly that way.
He is also a bit more of a worrywart than most are. But, you see, this Dragonel seemed to be a bit different than the rest. Most of them have these spikes on their heads and things like that, multiple. But this Dragonel was slightly different, and it had a bit of an interaction that was also a bit different.
Did it have a line of fur instead?
Yes, it did.
Yeah. Ah, probably one of those ones over there. He gestures over to the golden retriever one.
Mm-hmm.
Frostpaw Dragonel, one of the more common ones. They make excellent pets for children.
Oh, very nice.
That thing's a large creature over there, and it looks like it could probably squish a person if it wanted to.
I mean, so could some dogs.
This thing is a lot larger than a dog. Whatever dog you're thinking of right now, put 3 of them together.
Cerberus. Sorry.
Scooby-Doo.
Thank you for the ideas.
Saint Bernard Cerberus.
Okay, moving on. All right.
Yes. Okay. That's.
So, just a note. This other dragon over here, this dragonel, it's covered in fur, but it's brown fur.
Okay.
It doesn't look. It has no horns whatsoever.
Interesting. Well, it kind of looked like that one. It had a little bit of hair or fur, but it also did have a horn, one coming straight out the nose and one from the top of the head. And was the dragon green?
Yes.
The
hair.
What?
The hair was green and the scales
Okay.
were greenish blue.
And it had scales as well, and they were kind of a greenish blue, and same thing with the hair. But the really strange thing was we have a very special type of sword on the ship. I guess it used to be a sword. It broke a while ago. But it's made from this kind of steel, and he's going to pull out just a little bit of that lunar steel and say, "This is lunar steel, and it's made from this." And it seemed to have a particular interest in this blade, and when it touched the blade, it started to kind of glow, I guess, to say.
The blade appeared to... It looked like it did before it was broken while it was having this glowing effect. And then, naturally afterwards, it went back to normal, or broken.
And the magic seemed almost fey in nature. I am an artificer, and it seemed different than most magics.
It's odd. Well, first thing I can tell you is that dragonel you saw was likely not actually a dragonel. I am very experienced in the training of dragonel. I have several of my own back home. Though, for the moment, I simply will stick with it. Isahad for the moment. He pats his dragon, who has not stopped, who, like, you notice now, Duger, he's looking at you, and just, like, flips his chops. Just
No.
down, boy.
I am not the snack!
You will eat more than you can chew.
I'm sorry to say it, but your portions would be nothing more than a snack.
It makes sense.
Not for you, it wasn't real.
Your description, however, of the results of your interaction with the creature. I'm not familiar with fey magic, or claim that is lunar steel.
Yes.
We do not possess many weapons made of lunar steel in my clan. Nearly all of them are in the possession of Hran Rafen.
There's more. Wait, no, that already got mentioned, right? Yes. Sorry.
They also may know more of this creature that you met. Perhaps the creature was merely a fey in disguise as a dragonel.
That could be a big possibility.
If so, once again, I would encourage you to speak with Hran Rafen. They have frequent interactions with the Fae. Though, something about your description, it does seem familiar. Perhaps... No, I don't know.
Is there possibly in our line of work as adventurers, we run into a lot of different creatures that were thought to be mythical. Does it match any description of possibly a mythical type of dragonel, or fey dragonel that's rarely seen?
Dragonel. You know what? I want you to roll a history check for Eric.
It's a night fury.
It's a night.
I do have a Night Fury Dragonel.
Hey!
It's not this one.
Oh boy! Not good.
So yeah, you history, bro. You have intelligence.
He's not rolling it. Erican is rolling it.
Yes.
He's just rolling for Erican. Erican does not have a good history.
Back in an ice bag for you.
Dice jail. Give him the box. Give him the box.
This one's sitting on a 20. Can I use that?
Sure.
Okay.
Technical knowledge before the session. Come on.
The only Fey Dragonelle that I know of does not match that description at all. Perhaps no. There are Fey dragons, such as the fairy dragon. However, those are quite small, and you don't find them around here very often. They're one of the few forms of dragons that don't ever come around here.
What was the size? Just DM
Large.
question. It was still a large creature.
Yeah, fairy dragons are they're smaller than most goblins.
They're like kind of pseudo dragons almost.
They're smaller than pseudo dragons.
Oh wow.
Fairy dragons are tiny. They're way more dangerous than pseudo dragons, though.
Good to know.
We bit bigger.
And then the only other form of Fey dragon I can think of is a moonstone dragon, but there haven't been the only one of those is far larger than the one you described.
Moonstone dragon. You're the one getting the information.
How would you describe a moonstone dragon?
Well, I've only ever seen one. There is a particular moonstone dragon which occasionally interacts with Ranboragon. He is. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what I'm looking for my dragon's name. His name is Umeno, Walker of the Dream. He is an ancient being, quite far larger than anything you described, but he is quite wise. The clan respects his wisdom. Your description of the creature. Perhaps it could be a moonstone dragon, but no one has. It would have to be a very young one. And there haven't been any moonstone dragon eggs discovered in centuries.
It did not particularly act wise as well, I would say. It seemed to act... I didn't even ask this question. Did it act particularly
Well, you didn't ask the question, so you don't know.
Yeah.
It acted as if any other
Dragon
now.
If it is a true dragon, and it is that size, it is likely still a worm.
Would a wormling dragon act kind of like a dragonelle does, or would it...
Depends on the dragon. A white dragon wormling, absolutely. Probably would act even more stupid. A red dragon and wormling, absolutely not. We haven't seen a moonstone dragon wormling. We don't know.
So, Interesting. Well, I might have to do a little bit more investigating.
If you wish to learn more of more of Dragonelle, I can give you more information, but honestly, the best way to learn anything is to experience it yourself. All young warriors should have interactions with the wild ones.
No. Okay.
No.
I would encourage you to go and, my advice, go and interact with them. Try and capture one and break it.
Oh. Kind of
I know.
There's very little more exhilarating than breaking a wild dragon.
Flynn gets a deep chill wherever he is.
You may have inspired Thugor to do something unwise.
You think Erican is trying to inspire you to do anything other than what you are currently inspired to do?
Nope. Thugor might have to take a little trip of his own.
As you are going, after a moment, just like as you are finishing up this conversation, suddenly, like, Q, you notice out of the corner of your eye, like something is coming straight at this eye, straight towards you, really, really fast.
Just gonna tweak.
Dragonelle is diving down, there's a rider on its back that you can make out. Just right before it hits the ground, like it flares its wings and slows down suddenly, like crashes to the ground, like kicking up snow. Immediately, Erican is going to look straight over at that, towards it, and a warrior jumps down from off of the Dragonel. Jarl! Pirates! Attacking down in the south. They've slipped into the shifting straits. Immediately, the Jarl is going to, like, look over to you, is going to say, I must go now. If you cannot defend yourself, stay in port for the next 6 hours to be safe. And he's going to go over, just like, jump up with way more spryness than a man of this size should be capable of, like, get into his saddle.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
What did the pirate ship that we left behind then drop to anchor on look like? Like, was there any, like, distinguishing characteristics?
Yeah, so,
of it?
okay, distinguishing characteristics, it was a smaller ship, about the same size as your own. It had a red flag with a black flag with, the first time you met it, it had a flag with a white background and on it a red eye. It switched out with the same design with a black background when it went back in, when it revealed itself as a pirate.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm going to ask the warrior. There's a wave banner of a black background with a red eye.
It waves a banner of a dragon skull.
I see.
That's all. If you have nothing else, then all three of the warriors are going to jump up, hop onto their Dragonel. Erica, it is going to look down, is going to say, May you find welcome and warmth. Goodbye, strangers.
May you find welcome and
Welcome
warmth.
to warmth.
And they're going to fly off.
We're going to roll down the mountain.
Alright. So,
Yeah.
you two, do you have anything that you wish to discuss or do before we move on to the
I'm
other
gonna
thing?
take Dragonel. Who needs a ship?
They're gonna ride Dougal
Dragon.
on top
Come
of a dragon.
So
I mean, you do
potentially
you.
a Moonstone dragon.
I'm gonna save you from a dragon.
Potentially, yes. A Wormstone Dragon Wormling, specifically. We don't know, but if we get anyone there alive right now, I would like to look into it more. I'm quite fascinated by this. I've never particularly seen anything like this.
I believe there is one. Check it out when I get down. Very briefly.
We definitely should.
It's all on the internet.
And we start going that mountain.
You know what I'm saying?
Alright, cool. So, moving on to you two. Flynn, Burningwhisper, what are you doing right now?
I'm following him.
I'm just trying to figure out where to go after gaining that information, because we just got our new clothes for the winter. So just trying to figure out, like, okay. So she said that Vora was in town here last, and just like saying this out loud for Burningwhisper to hear, but not like really talking to Burningwhisper about it.
Alright.
He's just like, alright. So last Vora was here. Came
Uh-huh.
in. I don't know where. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Who's Vora?
Someone I know, and someone I'm searching for.
All the people you know have a tendency of being bad news.
What do you mean?
Well, there's like that Gabriel guy. There's also you knew that you're related to Sylph or something like that, and then like
I didn't know Sylph.
and then
I only know Gabriel, who's
and
bad
then
news.
There's Venora,
I didn't know Venora.
but she's connected to Gabriel. And so you kind of knew her indirectly.
Not really. That's a stretch.
Anyways,
No.
who is this Venora, and why is she? Why are you even looking for Venora?
It's
Vora.
not Venora.
We
Venora, we know where
Venora.
she is currently. Voro.
I get rid of Venora out of my head.
Gosh.
Sorry.
Yumeno was the name?
Venora?
Voro.
David.
It's
Yumeno?
a teacher
Oh, yes,
of mine
Yumeno. Walker of Treud.
where I got
That makes
my
sense.
spell book.
That poor soul.
Yes.
I was like, I know
She
that.
did have to go through many
I forgot.
No, she had to
long
train.
nights.
Yumei.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
She had
it's
to try to train me,
not
and
as
it
hard,
was a bit. I definitely don't have a good affinity for magic, but I learned. Still am learning.
Uh-huh.
Would prefer if she's here, but it's fine. No, I'm trying to figure out the notes where she last was, what the storekeeper knows, and all of that sorts. So currently, I'm just going out for a walk.
Shouldn't we be getting supplies or something for the ship?
Oh yes, that's also going on.
Okay. Well, what do we need then?
Well, we need more wood planks. We need furnishing. We need metal. We're gonna need a lot of materials to really patch up the boat after the attack. And supplies for the boat.
Well, lead the way. I will follow you.
Well, I'm trying to find the way, but
I'm gonna look around.
yeah, it's just gonna at that moment of no longer being in his mindscape. Where am I in town?
All right, you've arrived. You're in town. You've actually ended up walking. You recognize that you walked way past the shipyard.
Makes sense.
It's right down by the port, but you've gone up past, actually higher than you've ever gone in Treud so far. You are now in the section that looks. There's no architecture that is reminiscent of the places that you've been before. This is all Viking huts and halls. Just this looks like the place where the clan, the homes for the clan and for Paranma and for when they're here. Most of them are currently abandoned or empty, not abandoned, just empty. Well taken care of, but empty. No one's moved in.
We could just take the wood from these
No.
things.
I'm already on bad terms.
What did you do again?
I came to rescue you, and now we're on bad terms. That's why you didn't have your shoes this morning.
Thanks for, shining my shoes, I guess.
I can teach you how to shine your shoes. It doesn't take a lot. Just a little bit of spit shine.
Maybe.
And boom, the spit gets pan clean. It shows a lot about a person and a warrior. Those shoes.
Well,
Clean shoes means a warrior is dedicated.
well, I'm not technically a warrior.
You have 4 swords. I'm pretty sure that
I could be a collector.
Fair. You could be.
Could be. No, I'm becoming a warrior, I guess. But I was actually a farmer.
Farmer.
Yes.
You don't strike me as the farming type.
It was great. We had this vast field. We were one of the greatest farms in the village, and we grew wheat. Classic. My mom would make the best dough. No, not dough, the best bread, and the best dough. And we made dough from
You
it.
do need to have dough to make bread, so that.
And then we
makes
get dough
sense.
from bread.
Yes.
We made pizza too. Signals.
Duker's not here.
Either way.
Metagaming pigeon.
But yeah, I was a farmer. Yeah, where were we going with this?
No, you just kind of started going on about it. I was just saying I'm on bad terms with people here, so let's look around and that way.
Oh,
Away from here towards the shipyard where we can actually get the supplies.
okay. Sure. Whatever.
Interesting. So, why did you leave home then? If it was such a nice farm and everything.
Well, I guess I didn't really have a choice, you could say. But Q was
Can I make an
very,
insights check?
very,
Go ahead.
was very gracious enough to allow me to follow him along and kind of start becoming an adventurer, a warrior, or whatever.
Great, that's a natural one. Nope, I can't read him.
All right, as you're watching him, trying to get a read on him, suddenly a bird flies straight into your face.
Oh,
You're just spitting black feathers out onto the ground, just
you just. Did you see that bird?
I did. And it
The
went right in
bird's
your
now laying on
face.
it.
Why didn't you tell me?
The bird is now just on the ground in front of you.
I pick him. Can I try to pick him up real quick?
Yeah, you pick it up. So first of all, the bird is a raven. Second of all, it's dead.
You ruined my face.
Can't you fix this? Magic fixes everything.
No,
Right?
magic doesn't fix everything. Magic,
Do you have magic to fix this or not?
no.
Are you lying to me?
I'm not lying.
I'm gonna roll to see if he's lying.
I'm gonna roll to.
Is that an insight?
That is an insight.
I got an 8.
Oh, that's the wrong character sheet.
Suddenly, another bird flies straight.
No!
You drop. Suddenly, you just drop this raven as another one
24?
flies straight in, flies straight into your face.
Where are these? I'm gonna look around. Where are these birds coming from?
Is this bird dead?
This bird is also dead. If you look around, there are no other birds.
Did they die literally just from hitting us in the face?
I think so.
That's sad. I kind of pick up the other one and kind of put it off to the side of the walkway by each other.
All right.
It's like, wait, no, you can't
As you're moving them over to the side of the path, just like you're just not paying attention very much. Just like you pull your hands away, just for a second, it looks like blackness is flowing from the birds to your hands that was hidden by their black feathers. But like once you pull away, like it you can see it for just a moment, then it disappears, like dissipates.
What did you do?
Did he see that?
What's your passive perception?
I think it's a 13.
Nope, you didn't.
Okay.
Burningwhisper noticed it, but it was too.
You just you see me kind of after I crouch, I kind of just place these birds down on the ground, and you can see me just kind of look at them for a moment, and I stand up and just turn back to you. Like, all right.
You can't just leave them on the side. You gotta. You haven't had. Okay. I'm just gonna take the birds and gonna try to find somewhere I can like maybe place them to like makeshift not funeral, like grave. Yes, that's the word. Just like a makeshift.
You're
grave.
surrounded by snow-covered ground.
Okay, well then I'll start just moving some of the snow and try to make like a makeshift burial place for them, like give them some respect.
All right. Nothing. It is perfectly normal as you're doing it. The ground is hard and cold, and you are not particularly strong.
No.
So you are making very little progress. Burningwhisper, do you wish to help in any way?
I say, Flynn, I think you're missing the point. And then I kind of push the birds into the whatever pit he is and push snow over his hands
All right.
and whatever he's working
As you
on.
come in physical contact with the birds again, once again you notice like that black misty stuff flowing from the birds towards you.
Are you gonna do anything?
Now you may roll a perception check.
10.
10. You feel like you noticed something, but like it must have just been like a trick of the light. But Burningwhisper, as you're looking at like the mist, you notice it a little bit more this time, and like as you touch it with your leg, like it flows up. It doesn't go into you. It like wraps up around your leg, flowing upward, and then up your torso, over your shoulder, and into the hilt of the sword.
I'll just quickly pull it out and look at it.
It looks perfectly normal. The mist seems to go to touch the sword and then just vanish.
I kind of just push Flynn out of the way, and I just go to touch one of those birds with this sword.
A huge amount of that black mist, you definitely noticed this.
What are you
flows
doing?
straight from the bird into the... flows straight from the bird into the sword.
No. Why are you...
Just 1 second, I'm trying to figure out. And
Gonna take a few steps away very
is it
cautiously.
just still coming?
It just comes out, just like in one big burst for like 2 seconds, and then it's gone.
What did you do? Why did you...
Kind of like
I don't know
swing
what that...
the sword.
Stop swinging the sword! I don't know what that thing does. We need to find a safe place for you
Is
to...
this the other bird?
Burst of black mist.
Just,
Stop touching it!
does this add any ticks to my blade at all? Oh, it is a new day. I never.
I've seen this
Permanently
before.
lose
Add
10
4
hit
more
points.
anti-magic charges.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've gotten used to this feeling. The blade just consumed magic.
I put my sword away. Well, Flynn, I think I just drained its magic, life force, magic from it. And I kind of try to move that snow back and try to look at that. Pick up one of those birds again.
It's a normal dead bird.
Can you feel any magic in this?
What did you do?
Bird in your face. Here.
Arcana check. I was like horrified of he just attacked this dead bird with his necro sword. I'm like, what happened?
Necro sword?
That's what I'm deeming it. It's like, just
Don't be saying that again. That sounds wrong.
necro sword.
Stop it.
Nope, you're thinking wrong.
You're thinking wrong.
Nope,
Let's go.
You're the one that said that.
Fetch.
It's fine. 10.
If there was magic in this thing, there is no trace left now.
Don't do anything.
I just kind of like tap my own arm or anything.
Put the sword away. Wrap it back up.
Just make me a random d20 roll, please.
I'm not hitting myself.
I know.
I'm hitting the flat side.
I know.
He's getting himself.
It's a 9.
You accidentally tapped Flynn with the blade, and just like for a moment, like white mist flows from him towards the blade. Not enough to do any damage or drain you of any magic. But
Does he feel this?
Oh yeah, you feel distinctly like it feels.
Put the sword away.
Okay,
now.
so Flynn, this is actually a really weird sensation that you're feeling. Like you felt something like this once before, but like
this is good.
Basically, it feels kind of similar to when you cast a spell. Like when you cast a spell and like a little bit of magic power, like that is inside of you that you can control in order to create the magic circles that direct the flow of the weave. A little tiny bit of that just like left you, but like it feels wrong because it was forcibly removed instead of you intentionally using it.
How did that
I'm gonna
feel,
back away.
Just as a question.
Put the sword away.
Only if you tell me how
Put
it
the
felt.
sword away.
Only.
Put the sword away.
Oh.
I'm like stepping back.
I slowly put it away. So, tell me how you feel.
Therapist Burningwhisper. PhD.
It didn't feel good.
Well, yeah,
Have
but-
the magic forcibly drained from me.
That's fair.
So you need to stop playing with your sword like it's a toy.
Well, I was experimenting, okay? I
No,
saw something
there's-
interesting. I
no.
thought it would be a good idea to kind of understand a little bit more
No,
about
there's
this.
a difference between experimenting and toying around.
I was experimenting.
Nope, you're toying around.
Where are those supplies again? I think you keep getting off track.
No, I think you pulled us off track.
No. It's just a normal day for me, honestly, so after you.
Fine. Just gonna keep walking towards it, but keeping like a good distance, like a good couple of feet in front of Burningwhisper, away from him. Just I keep walking. It's not good. And just looking around, trying to find the shop.
Well, I've
It's
said
not hard to find the ship.
I said some stuff about me. How about you? Balance out the scales of the conversation.
Well, you just kind of told me that stuff.
No.
Well, I told you stuff about.
Well, come
Laura.
on. What's wrong? Well, sort of, I guess.
Well, you wouldn't listen. You changed the subject.
Fine, if you don't want to talk.
No, yeah, I don't want to talk. It's fine.
Alright, you find the shipyard with relative ease. You know exactly where it is. You talk with
Can't
the
do nothing with this guy.
You make it so hard to do some.
you talk with the foreman at the
ladies over here.
That's pretty funny.
you talk with the owner of the shipyard and can purchase the supplies that you need. It will cost, I think we said 2 gold pieces per hit point.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let me do some quick maths.
I mean, it was like 70 HP last time.
No, we did not. We lost 20.
Oh.
We didn't lose a lot, but still, gold is gold.
Well, gold is gold, and you have a lot of it. You saw all that money from Gabriel when he, grouped us all up. Or not Gabriel, what is his name? Mr. B. Yeah, what a classic.
It's gonna. Alright, so it's gonna be about
Bank and
40 gold pieces.
Yep.
Just like count the last bits of it out and just trade it. use that for it.
How much for cannons?
We don't have any. We don't carry any of those here.
Why not?
So the foreman that you're talking to, right here, the person in charge of the shipyard. He looks like a human. He's got the Ron full tattoo on his arm. He's pretty short and stocky. Almost a dwarf, but too tall. By a tiny bit. Tall dwarf. Can't manufacture it up here easily. Fire doesn't burn in the Northern Isles very well. It's hard to forge something as large as a cannon.
Where do we get a cannon then?
Right down south. We don't use them here.
What do you use up here?
We board and fight in an honorable, glorious way.
So just blow them up.
There's no glory to be earned from.
You are the one wanting cannons.
There's no glory to be earned from sinking a ship from a fire.
You see, that's something a warrior would say.
I thought you said you wanted to fight it.
Trying to become one, okay?
It's important to obey the code of the ancient way. Seek glory, avoid dishonor.
Indeed.
He's going to just nod in satisfaction, then walk off and come back, bring back a cart loaded with lumber, some mithril, various things required in order to repair the Dragon Seeker ships.
Thank you for these supplies. You don't happen to have anywhere in town with magic, spell books, ways to study, or scrolls or anything in town here?
Ooh, more experimenting?
No.
I'd be hard pressed to find something like that down in Treud. Perhaps one of the shopkeepers might have something, but until another fleet comes in down, it's unlikely we'll have any restock. I don't think that there's anything in town at the moment. If you wait a couple of days, maybe a week, another fleet should come in. They always bring new supplies, new trade goods.
Okay, we might ask around a bit. Still gotta make some repairs, so in the meantime we could ask. Thank you for your help and assistance. You haven't... Another weird question before we leave. You haven't seen an elf in the last couple months.
Elf.
Elf, female, tall, slender, mysterious.
20 years.
What business do you have with looking for someone else with this description?
He has a thing for him, you know what I'm saying?
That's completely wrong.
I don't know,
You're
all about it, actually.
No, that's completely
Anyways,
wrong.
I guess he doesn't have a thing.
It's someone that I know that vanished a couple of years ago and I'm trying to find them.
I keep going to my own business. I haven't seen anyone.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Absolutely, you can make an insight check.
I'm IRL making an insight check.
IRL.
19?
Yeah, he's lying. He thinks that you're chasing after. He seems to think that you're chasing after her, and that it's probably not a good decision to let
Well,
you know.
maybe if you didn't speak, wouldn't have a different connotation.
Well, it's not my fault that you can't handle it. Come on, go, keep going.
Burningwhisper.
I'm in character, keep going.
I hate Burningwhisper. So, you're just saying you haven't seen an elf come around in town
You know,
here?
20 years.
I mean, I know you don't tend to get into people's business, but this is one of those times where it could be very helpful to get into someone's business. If you like, I can threaten it.
Elves don't come north very often.
And neither do dwarves, but dwarves are near this side. So some...
What? I've heard of these creatures. Though I've never met one myself.
Yeah, we got one.
Boy, he would love to meet Duke. Get to meet a dwarf and a dwarf on the same day.
Boom! Dwarves, they're short on a normal basis. Stout, species
large hammers,
of kind.
axes.
They tend to live in the mountains.
Pretty
You normally
greedy.
don't find them on the sea, but rumor has it that they have been traveling around.
Short and stout can describe any number of people that I know.
Shorter than the normal humanoid.
And axes and hammers are traditional weapons that many warriors here carry.
We're in the Dwarf Isles. So.
We are in the Northern Isles.
I know. That's why I said it.
Did Burningwhisper say this out loud?
Yes.
He's just gonna look at you very look at you funny.
So you've seen no elves, huh?
Like
You
I
look
said,
like
elves
you-
don't come up here very often.
So when's the last time you've seen one?
You can see his brain just working for a second.
I'm gonna do.
I saw an elf up here 10 years back.
I think you've seen one soon, a little earlier than 10 years. Just be honest here. We don't mean
Accusing me of lying.
What?
Like he actually he gets extremely. He actually his gaze gets extremely dark. Like his hand starts straying towards a very large knife at his side.
Try me.
You do. You're Southerners. Southlanders do not know of the correct ways, but to lie is a direct breach of the ancient way.
I wasn't accusing you of lying.
An accusation of such would require me to defend my honor by challenging you.
I'm just
think he's
saying you may
challenging
be withholding information that I can find helpful in finding my teacher.
I think you need to challenge him for it.
So I'd appreciate it if you stop.
I think he's
withholding
trying to
that
challenge
information. No, Burningwhisper, stop putting words in everyone's mouths. How is this going to be?
He's just gonna glare at Burningwhisper right there. Burningwhisper, I actually need you to make me an insight check because this guy, while he's way shorter than you, he's freaking intimidating.
7.
All right, you are now intimidated. You are frightened of this short dude.
He just got a whole lot taller.
It's gonna look back at you and is going to make me a persuasion check.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Don't mess it up now, Eli. He didn't mess it up.
22.
Wow.
Wow.
Just gonna exhale and is going to say, "This elf was your teacher?"
Yes. She was my teacher. And she vanished a few years ago, and I'm just trying to find her. I still haven't finished my training.
A high elf came through here a couple weeks back. A month or so now. I didn't see her. She didn't come to the shipyard.
Did she mention of anywhere where she could be going? Is there anything in the direction that she might have gone in?
I didn't talk with her, but we know of this elf. She's the same one that came through 10 years back. She comes here with some frequency.
Does there happen to be like a pattern of when she comes by?
Pattern of when she comes by, no, but she always goes to the same place.
And where's that?
Heads up north, goes to the... Heads up north, heads to the lands of Rafen.
What's up there?
That's her business. Why she is visiting, I don't know. But she always goes and visits there. I believe that she has permanent welcome among them.
Interesting. Thank you for that information. Is there anything that I need to know about Rafen if I am to head up there by chance?
Only thing I can say to you is the same thing that I would say to any Southlander that came and visited that intends to spend an extended period of time in the Northern Isles. Don't go in with your assumptions. Take the time to learn our ways, for you will be held accountable to them. And then he's going to just release his grip on his huge knife, and he's going to just turn and walk away.
for your time. Burningwhisper, let's go before you say something.
I think they have a book of these ways.
Just gonna. Burningwhisper, let's go.
Where are we going now?
To fix the ship. Why would you volunteer me for fighting him?
I thought it would be entertaining.
I'm not a fighter.
Honestly, I thought you'd probably like give up in the first 5 seconds or I'd give you a black eye, but
I'm a capable fighter, but I'm not a fighter. I'd rather talk out of things.
really,
Yes.
really.
Yes. I'd rather resolve things with as little combat as possible.
Alright, Duger, Kiwaskivi, you guys make your way down the mountain, and you guys run into these two pulling a wagon full of...
You just see me laughing.
Hello, guys.
Oh, Duger. Kiwaskivi. It's nice to see you guys.
He's happy to see me?
He almost got beat up by a short guy.
What's it?
And it's
What?
his fault.
Continue, please.
Finn pops out of the pocket dimension and goes and sits on Galtia's head. And
Go-
starts nibbling on a piece of mithril that he grabbed from the cart.
I don't think this is gonna break that. Well,
It
we
might break
got the materials to fix the ship.
Okay.
However, the guy had some information pertaining to my teacher,
Okay.
and he was holding that information, so I asked him for
Call him a liar.
I didn't call him a liar. I just said he was withholding the truth. Burningwhisper, I found out, likes to put words in people's mouths by saying things that are not what we intend.
Very nice.
I almost had to fight the guy because of him.
Have you heard of a moonstone dragon?
We're
completely
on
Nature check!
Yeah.
You have not! I can't think of a single time in your life that you would have had a chance to.
18.
You have heard of a moonstone dragon, not in any particulars. You know that they are one of...
Or like stories.
Many people like to put them into the same category of gem dragons. You heard about it, just like actually Master Goro told you about them, and just a lesson about dragons. As she was telling you about like the 3 different types, she was also telling you about a couple of other dragon creatures that don't quite fall into any of them. Moonstone dragons are the only true dragon that are not metallic, chromatic, or gem dragons. They are none of them. They are dragons that, like the original Moonstone dragons, were created when a dragon of unknown type went into the Feywild in order to protect her eggs. And when the eggs that hatched there hatched into Moonstone dragons, and thus that type of dragon was born. That is at least the story that's told. I'm sure if it's clear and true or not, but that's the story. Basically, they're infected with magic from the Fey realm. They have magic of the moon inside of them naturally. And yeah.
Interesting. Well, I know a little bit about Moonstone dragons, but what did they say about them?
I believe the dragon that was on our ship might be a moonstone dragon.
Interesting.
Hence the Fey type magic that was sensed.
Huh.
Could explain a lot more too. Huh. So it could be a Moonstone dragon and not their dragons. Anything else they told you guys?
You didn't really didn't recognize this Moonstone dragon?
I was more
Terrified?
of the fact that it's a dragon.
Oh,
Sailors and dragons don't get along very
this is
well.
also they're Dragonel technically, and he told us that if they didn't try and burn down our ship from initial contact, they probably would change their minds. So they're relatively okay. I know you don't like them, but it should be fine.
Most of the stories I've heard and most of the encounters I've seen with dragons are
They're not
never
dragons.
good.
They're Dragonel.
Thank you, Duger. See you.
They're the same thing, dragonelle. What's the word difference here?
So entirely different species.
That's very specious of you.
The difference is Nell.
Species? I guess fluent species now.
He's a species.
He's just like,
He's not a specialist. He's a
they
species.
fly, they breathe lightning or fire, and they tend to attack sailors.
Well, then you're a dwarf.
No.
Yes.
How am I a dwarf?
Well, you're humanoid. You can talk. You can swing a hammer.
No, I physically cannot swing a hammer.
A normal size hammer, probably.
I can swing like a working hammer, but not like what they have.
Pulls out
See?
my ball.
Same thing.
No, I cannot pick that thing up.
Well, that's a dragonette. See?
Your logic is
I
flawed.
think you need.
I
some
don't think it
rest.
is.
I think this is
Finn
become a
is going,
currently stupid
Finn
conversation.
is going to just telepathically send, I don't think it is.
Finn.
Finn is gone now. Finn is just like as he's disappearing, he's laughing at you.
Anyway,
He's making it very clear he's not laughing with you. He's laughing at you.
It's good timing that we brought the hammers because he got the material. We need you need to fix the boat.
You don't use one of these to fix a boat.
But you can use these, and he pulls out like all these different types of definitely working hammers.
See?
I pull out a couple as well.
Burningwhisper. How much have you explored? How much of from your time at home to now? How much do you know?
Well, when did we start Q? 2 years ago or something like that?
More of 2 months,
Yeah.
but 3 or 4. Much less time since the two of us, at least.
Well, majority of my time I've just been with Q, so.
Haven't you used like a working hammer on the farm?
No, we usually have our neighbor do that. He was a carpenter. Anyways, are we supposed to be fixing the boat? Why do you keep changing the song?
We will handle repairs of the ship for the most part. At least of the more
Cool.
craftsmanship style of repairs needed.
Well, let's head back to the boat.
How are we moving all this material?
You gave us a cart.
I'm gonna help pull the cart.
There's no way I was gonna be able to carry all of that.
Just look up Galti.
Look up Galti!
Galti grows to large size. like Transformer size.
There are times I'm glad I found you guys, and there are other times I'm not glad. This is one of those times I'm glad.
Giant.
I've been saying mean things all day. Let's just keep walking.
Look, okay, you got me into trouble here, so I'm a little upset about that.
I'll be positive about it, I guess.
Would it help you if I said I'm sorry?
Yes, it would.
Well, I'm not
I'm just
saying
looking
that.
at Galti.
Because you were calling him a liar.
I didn't call him a liar.
Well,
the word liar
I'm just
never
gonna walk
came out of my
away
mouth.
from him. And just,
Galti has like a toe hinge on the back.
He's like, I didn't call him a liar.
I'm going to walk up to, I forgot your character's name.
Flynn?
I'm going to walk up to Flynn and say, I'm not sure my magic cured his hangover completely.
He's been very ornery today.
Does he always drink? Is he always drunk?
He does enjoy the
This is like all walk
material
and talk.
joys of life.
Alright, you guys arrive at the ship.
Alright then.
I'm gonna check like below
King.
deck for I'm gonna check below deck, see what repairs down here. You guys good to handle top?
We can definitely do that.
Then I'm gonna go to my room and then work on my spell.
Okay. Using mending and my skills as a craftsman, I will help.
Yeah.
Alright.
And using, if I need to, my artisan's blessing to super repair our ship art.
Alright, you two are going to just be spending the next hour or two repairing the ship, getting it back into working order. It proves to be a fascinating experiment for you, Duger, because you've never had a chance to work on a magic boat before, and it's very interesting how the enchantments just like start moving through the wood as you repair it. It's very well done craftsmanship. Yes.
Can I notice how it does it?
Roll an Arcana check. Depending on what you get, you may learn stuff. So, Burningwhisper, You obviously are not helping with it. What are you doing?
That's a good
That's
question.
pretty dang good. That's pretty dang good.
I'm gonna walk off the
I got
boat,
excited.
and I want to just kind of take my sword and kind of just start touching random things I see along the way. See if I get that same smoky effect.
We'll come back to you in a minute. So, as you're just going around touching random stuff, nothing happens any of the times. You're just standing there, like, touching random, like, you just walk up to a tree, just like, just walk over
Just
the
kind
snow.
of tap it. I don't try to slice anything.
Just like
tap it.
rock. Just like you're touching random things. And as you're doing this, you hear the crunching of snow behind you.
I just spin around and point at whoever's behind me.
You spin around and then it's like you point a sword up and like there's just suddenly a person there.
Huh. I just
And like looks like
drop
the throat,
it.
like swords up at the throat, like the guy's gonna sword is at his throat. So the person that you see back there appears to be a half elf. With like very light blonde hair. He's reasonably well built. And just like looks down at the sword or right there's like nice reflexes. I appreciate not being run through. They're just like gonna take his fingers
I
push it aside from his throat.
Wait.
It's just gonna like slowly reach up and just like.
Okay, pull it away before we can touch it. Okay.
All right, you do that. And you're just like.
It's a sharp blade. I don't think you want to touch it. I put it away.
Very well.
Well,
Pleasure to meet you. What is your name?
you could call me Mr. Whisper, I guess, for short.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Whisper.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm just passing through. My name is Tyrannos.
What was that?
Tyrannos.
Tyrannos. Is it right if I walk with you? I have a lot of time. My friends are doing some other activity, and I pull out my sword and kind of just start tapping things. As if he walks, I'll follow him.
All right. Yeah. How long have you been in Treud?
I think one day.
I just barely came in as well. You're waiting for some friends to meet me here.
Well, that's pretty cool. Who are you waiting for?
Some business associates. We can't always travel together. It's inconvenient in the Dragon Sea to keep a large fleet. It detracts attention. And goodness knows, attracting that right now is not a good decision.
Oh, okay. What kind of business do you do?
Trading, though my job specifically is hunting. I take care of the monsters along the way, make sure that trade routes are clear, that my companions don't get attacked.
Are you just hunting creatures, or are you a bounty hunter kind of a thing also?
I've done both, though recently it's mostly just been hunting of monsters, specifically dragons.
Oh. You sell the pelts or the scales or anything like that, or?
Oh, absolutely, it brings in quite good money. Did you know that almost every part of a dragon can be used in some useful manner?
Interesting.
Their scales make incredible armor. Their bones can be used to create weapons that can invoke the power of the elements. Chromatic dragon blood is one of the finest potion ingredients that you can find. Metallic dragon scales are extremely effective in their protective properties. Gem dragons have some fascinating things. I don't understand how it works, but one of my companions who enjoys research, she was telling me about some interesting theories that they have about their crystalline spines.
Oh. Is she... This is a weird question, but is she perhaps part elf as well?
Oh, no, she's completely human.
Cool.
Yeah. Dragon seed, born down in Oceania, traveled around, we ran into each other. Actually, I met her fighting one of the dragons, the dragon that was attacking her home.
You guys just see me kind of blank stare at the ground for a second. Yeah.
He's gonna roll an insight check real fast, see if he notices that. Okay, yeah, he notices that. He's gonna, he's like, you lost something to attack from monsters, a dragon?
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago, actually, that my village was ran through by some monsters, but... Which is why I'm on this whole adventure now. And so I kind of understand what it's like to try to defend your home.
Yes. I lost my home to an attack as well.
Dragons?
Dragons. They're a menace on these waters.
See?
He just gets wistful for a moment. But that's not important right now. I do what I can. I try to keep the numbers down, keep them from attacking people until someday hopefully find a better solution.
Are you trying to kind of get rid of them in a sense, or just boundaries, or how do you what is your methods right now for keeping them at bay?
Well, hunting dragons is dangerous. It's extremely difficult in the best of circumstances. Extensive preparations are required to assure that they can't fly away. They can't just strafe you with the breath weapon. Protection, survival of the encounter is extremely difficult in and of itself. Wiping them out would be impossible. So that method is simply not feasible. Putting up boundaries, I don't know if they would ever respect them. They're so much more powerful than us. Dragons don't even see humanoids and mortals as their equals, so why would they ever negotiate with us? But for the moment, I hunt.
Well, where are you going, I guess? And I just kind of try to be a little more uplifting.
Like I said, I'm just waiting for my friends. We have some important business to take care of together. But what brings you up here to the Northern Isles?
Well, I was just following my friends, where I have a dwarf who's trying to, he's trying to find some islands up north. Not quite sure what he really wants.
So, you have no goal, you're just following around these ones?
At the moment, yes. To be honest, I'm kind of stuck at the hands of fate, and I pull up the sword and I kind of hold it by the pommel and swing it a little bit. I'm kind of stuck with this bad boy. I kind of stick it into the snow a little bit. Go ahead and touch it. Just pretty quick.
Don't do that. Don't.
No one's there to stop him.
Yeah, you.
Alright then.
Who will drop the leash?
He's just gonna look down at the sword. Can you roll an insight check for me real fast? Alright. He looks at it and he looks apprehensive, he looks extremely nervous, but you're used to that. That's what everyone seems around you looks at it like.
It is sharp, so just touch the pommel or something.
Reaches out, touches the pommel, and nothing happens.
I kind of
Reaches
put
out.
my hand on his and kind of force the whole thing on it.
He goes there and reaches out, grabs the blade around the handle, pulls it free.
Did you grab the right sword?
Oh, hold on, wait,
It's
might
the
be
black
wrong
one, right?
Yeah, it's definitely the black one. He takes it.
Quite.
May I?
Go ahead.
He takes it, just grips it in both hands, and a suddenly spinning thing, he slices straight through the tree that you were just barely testing it on. The entire thing just falls down, cleanly cut through.
Interesting.
Fascinating.
Wow.
Let me try that.
Roll another insight check.
As I... Oh, it's an 8.
He slowly hands it back.
Thank you. And I look at this tree now, kind of getting a stance, and I focus real hard, trying to imagine myself doing the exact same thing. And I just... And I put all my force in it, trying to do exactly what he did.
Roll to hit.
No.
13?
With advantage because it's an inanimate. Well, 13 hits. Roll damage.
It was a 5 and a 6.
That's tough.
Y'all are rolling bad today.
We are. I'm scared.
I did not.
9.
You swing it and like chop, it goes 3/4 of the way through and then stops.
Kind of pull it out. Interesting. Kind of see if it's nicked at all, and I want to ask him, how did you do that? I put it up, sheath my sword.
I have some practice with swords. After all, I am a paladin.
Oh. Who is your god?
I have served many beings over the course of my life. My oath was to Leia.
You said was?
Yeah, like you take an oath in the past, so he took his oath to Leia.
Oh. I was like,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm not trying to be
Yeah.
deceptive here. He is a paladin bonded to Leia. Sorry, I said that in a deceptive way. DM error.
I was like, was. Who is it now?
Who's that?
Goddess of law and order.
I know a few things about her.
I have a friend all about order. Or at least he thinks he does.
Order is important, but what you're organizing for is more important. Every man must have a goal. Every man must have a reason. And a plan to truly achieve it. May I see that sword one more time?
I'm gonna do an inside joke.
Okay.
10.
It's not hard to notice. The fact that you rolled so terribly so far is the only reason you haven't noticed. He can't take his eyes off this sword. It's not anxiety that he's looking at it with. Like, he really wants this sword. You said that you were caught up in fate for this blade. If it is a burden you don't want, I will purchase the sword from you.
How much are you talking?
No.
I can trade you a superior blade.
I kind of doubt that. What kind of
Yeah,
blade are you talking about?
Inside check.
Have you ever heard of the hex blades?
Ironically enough.
I've found a few. A pair in particular I think you may be interested in.
Do you have them with you?
My friends are bringing them on their ship.
Well,
We didn't mention this.
Yeah, I was like, what else did you guys learn?
perhaps
We gotta go.
I can look at them and decide for myself if it's superior or not.
I'm sure you'll be very impressed.
Sounds good.
Here, if you would, let's walk back down to the port. They should be arriving.
Son, where are you?
Meanwhile, you guys have finished up your repairs. You're still doing your. Are you still making?
Is he close to the ship?
Yeah, he's. Wait, him?
Yes.
I've been walking for
He's been walking for a long time, and like he and Tyrannos have been walking quite far. Like they're not that close anymore.
Dang, okay.
You guys are ding, ding, ding. Come back, sweetheart. We got dinner in an hour. Ding, ding. Okay, I gotta talk to this stranger now.
So we finished repairs?
Yep, you finished repairs.
We have finished, and three of us are here.
I also rolled a 25.
It's pretty hungry. Alrighty, so
No way.
you can learn a couple of things about how this is done. It appears that like this thing appears to draw like it uses runic magic. And it has a like you just as you're looking, you notice small draconic runes all over it.
I believe I can read.
Yeah. So there are draconic runes, like, and they're like Like, you can read it, and it's basically holding the enchantment. It basically is like magic code for how the ship is supposed to work. And as you're looking around, like, you find a small, like, stone implanted in the ship, which appears to hold the energy source. That is powering this.
Interesting. What kind of stone is it?
What kind of a check are you going to use to try to identify that?
Great question.
The wrong check will give you incorrect results no matter what you roll, just so you know. So try to come up with what kind of check you should use rather than what your highest modifier is.
Yeah, but while he's figuring that out, can I try to make a roll for my spell? Try to complete it?
With nature, probably.
Nature could potentially do it.
I know, this is my magic die.
Yes. Let's do nature then.
Alright.
I feel like that's a good one to roll.
I'm rolling Arcana on this
You may have advantage because this is something that you're familiar with, because magic stuff like this is something you're familiar with.
Use all for spells.
Didn't help.
Gets it working.
That's gonna be a dirty 20.
This appears to be a dragon egg.
Oh.
A very, very small one, but a dragon egg.
Ooh.
So are different question, are different dragon eggs made out of different materials based
Yes.
on what type of dragon it is? Can I tell?
Well, it's unclear whether it's different materials or if it has different appearances, but for all intents and purposes, yes.
Okay, can I tell maybe what type of material it is, if it is different, if it's an odd material?
Sure, make another check. Nope.
That is a 7.
So it is very small and glowing quite brightly. You can't tell what type of dragon this would hatch into, but you also know that dragon eggs don't hatch always. Like, they need to be, like, certain circumstances need to be fulfilled for them to hatch, and they've been used as magic power sources before, and only sometimes hatch into a dragon and cause problems.
This is a very expensive ship.
Yes.
Mr. B
But-
gave us a very expensive
Mr. B didn't give you this ship.
Well, I thought this is the one we found when we got back from escaping that island. That had the
But-
hollow dragon on it.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, like, this egg right here that you just found, like, it, if it were, unless, like, until it hatches, it will basically always provide magic power enough to fuel the ship.
Is this a common thing that's on every ship in the Dragon
No.
Sea? Okay.
Like, dragon eggs are used, but they are very, very, very sought after power sources because they won't, unless they hatch, they won't run out.
Really to review.
Where was this power source again?
You just find it embedded in a wall somewhere. You're poking around, like you're following
Inside the ship?
inside of the ship. Like, you just follow the magic as you rolled very high. Like, you just follow the magic and, like, find the source.
It's in the boiler room.
And it's actually just hidden behind, like you rip off a little, like, wood panel and you find it embedded in there. Like, you would not have been able to find it. Like, there was no marking. It was just put into the ship somewhere, and then you only found it by following it back to the energy back to its source.
Wow, okay. Flynn, we need to talk with you back.
Flynn's still here. He's in his room.
I'm gonna...
Yeah, I've been in my room.
Here. From down the hall. There's a dragon egg in the ship.
Pure, just fear and panic.
Space just
Sink it.
sails.
Yeah,
You
just
have
goes
never
straight
actually
ahead.
seen a ship that is powered by a dragon egg before.
Yeah, just like.
What? It's so cool. Come and look.
No.
Yes. He's like pulling your hand like a 4-year-old child. Like, come and look.
No.
He's way stronger than you. You're coming.
Like, wait. Trying to, like, grab my stuff. Like, wait. Okay. Before that, the check I need to make is Arcana, correct? Okay. What's the DC I need to be?
I don't remember. I'm gonna look that up.
Just high.
I know it needs to be high.
So just roll high.
Yeah.
Please just roll high.
I needed to
Just
be
like
high.
in that 20.
Close.
What is the casting time?
It's an action.
Okay. What's the spell level?
3rd.
Okay. DC 20.
Oh!
What is this for?
He's making a spell.
23.
You have successfully developed the spell.
Hey!
Okay. Get pulled. Let's go.
Just like in Flynn's room, just like,
Oh, I figured it out.
Flynn, there's a dragon egg on the ship.
I just fine.
No testing.
I can't test this yet, but
Dragon egg.
Dragon egg is more important. Okay, come here. Let me show you.
Alright. Okay. He drags you over to where you see a section of the wall of the ship has been ripped out. And there's just a very bright white light glowing out of it.
She was like, "Can I try to make a nature check?"
Yes.
22.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to discern, like, is that for sure a dragon egg?
Oh, that's a dragon egg.
And, like, what type of dragon is it so I can know, like, okay, how much of a risk is this gonna be for me?
Alright, so you look at it. As you're looking in, you see, you're trying to do it. It's really bright light and you can't actually make out the actual surface of the egg. But the light seems to be, like, faintly tinged yellowish.
Yellowish. Like yellow dragons, the basic ones that I know. I mean, yellow could be close to like a gold or a metallic type dragon. What? Where did you? Well, you found this here, obviously. When? How? Why?
Just now. I was repairing the ship and I noticed that there was some really cool stuff going on with the magic and how it was like pulling the material that we were putting in and like fixing itself almost, which is really cool. And I was like, where did this magic come from? How does it work? And so I tried to kind of follow where the magic went, and boom, I found this.
So you found a dragon egg, and it's powering the ship?
Yes, it is the main power source of the ship. From what I do know, what I have read, dragon eggs can be used as very, very powerful magic power sources. And this ship happens to be powered by one. Which is extremely rare.
So you're telling me we need to keep Burningwhisper away from the egg?
Probably yes. We should probably cover this back up. It starts like...
Cover it back up.
Bending.
We'll just put a bookshelf here.
Put it like a painting and everything.
No, the painting will draw attention.
Painting on a bookshelf.
Yes. You gotta cover
all
our
the
faces.
suspicious things. Like,
I wonder what this
Out of the way,
is.
there's a painting there. You
And
move
then
the
a
painting out of the way.
barrel in front of the painting.
and then a couch in front of that.
Just like,
What's going on here, guys?
Something.
Nothing.
What do you guys got there?
A smoothie.
Dragon egg behind.
Smoothie. It's like, okay, so... Speaking of, wait. Where is he? Because he did something stupid with his sword, and he said he was going to experiment with it. So where... Was he up top deck with you guys when you were fixing the ship? Sorry, I wasn't there also. I was deep in my studies.
No worries.
I'm going to walk at this point. Repairs have been completed.
We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. There's a lot to talk about.
But first,
You walk in, the dragon egg isn't covered up yet. You're just like, there's this huge, like, light.
I'm still
Faintly yellowy, golden, gem, topaz, maybe. Like, you have no clue. Like, it could be any of those things. Like, it could be any of the metallic, yellowy ones or topaz. Just like, you see that slight color change glow.
I will ask what that is at a later time because there are a few things. One, we forgot to mention that pirates are on their way. And two, has Burningwhisper returned to the ship?
I was in my study the whole time. I thought he was with you guys.
He was out, and I think he may have wandered off.
Last time he wandered off, he got drunk with you. So what will he do by
The
himself?
alcohol was extremely strong. He had like maybe 2 or 3 drinks. I had 1.
So
So
we
have
left
resistance
the
to
toddler by
poison.
himself.
What are you talking about? He had like 15. It's amazing.
Yeah,
He doesn't have blood poisoning.
Good point.
do we need to check does he normally go to taverns?
It would be wise to go and check the town.
It would probably be wise, yes.
Okay, let's go find
Question.
him.
Is there footprints on the outside?
Oh, there's snow, yeah.
As you go up, one of the first things you notice is that snow has started to fall, and you see no trail. It's not snowing softly either. It's actually picking up strength.
Let's head to town quickly, so we need to.
I don't want them to get lost in this blizzard.
I mean,
I'm gonna call out.
yeah, no, that'd be bad. Yeah.
I'm gonna call out Finn and be like, "Hey, Finn, buddy, listen. Look here, Finn. You need to focus up here. No more shenanigans here.
Something you have never seen before. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Just no more. Don't steal. Don't get distracted. Don't steal my own money."
Suddenly, your conversation is cut short as you hear the sound of that Flynn you can never forget of a dragon roaring. And this is where we will stop part 1 of today's episode.
Will I come back? No. Will I get the sword? Will Eli confront a dragon? Probably not.
You need to make a new character sheet. We'll find out.
Absolutely.
Come back next time and find out in part 2.
I'm scared.
All right. Thank you for listening. Come back for part 2 to find out the answer to all of these questions.
Bye.
Bye.